What's happening, fellas? Feast your eyes on this hot piece of Milwaukee iron. This thing's an absolute beast. This is none other than the Harley Davidson Dyna CVO Screamin Eagle 110. This is a full factory custom. All the cosmetics on this bike, although they look like they're out of a custom shop, came directly off of Willie G's bench. This bike was originally purchased and owned brand new by my friend Mike Genero, who the last couple years has been calling me up. He's in his 60s, he lives down in Florida. He's got a couple of smaller bikes that he rides around, and Mike's a motorcyclist since way back when, but he was kind of downsizing. They moved down to Florida, and he wanted to sell this along with his dirt bikes and Yamaha RD400. So this bike right here, if you watch the channel, you know that my daily rider for the last 5 years was the exact same bike as this with a Trask turbocharger on it. So stock, this bike puts out 82 rear wheel horsepower. But this one here, Mike did it the right way. He had the Harley Davidson dealer put in all Harley Davidson authorized parts on it. It's got the Screamin Eagle free breather. As you can see, it says Screamin Eagle performance parts on there. He put the Screamin Eagle tuner on it. The Screamin Eagle stage 3. It's a stage 3 kit. It's got the cam, the tuner, the intake, and the full Vance & Hines exhaust. So, like I said, Mike owned this since it was brand new. It's never been dropped. It's never been abused. It's never been left outside. The bike has very low miles on it. It's got 13,988 miles on it, and it is bristling with nothing but the best components you can possibly get from Harley Davidson. Starting with the front end here. This is an inverted front end, which is available or was available from the Harley Davidson catalog. It's about a $5,000 upgrade between the forks, the wheel, and the custom bars on this bike. Everything on this bike is straight from Harley Davidson, except for the Pirelli Night Dragon tires. Mike did upgrade the tires, of course, but just a beautiful piece. And like I said, stock, they're 82 horse. This one put down 105 rear wheel horsepower at the Harley Davidson dealer dyno, and that's fast. This bike is, and it's not just the horsepower with the Harley Davidson Screamin Eagle 110 engine, it's the torque. These things are torque monsters. There's a 2-page list of upgrades that it comes with directly from Harley Davidson, and I'll read this off because there's no way I could possibly remember all of it. One of my all-time favorite Harley Davidsons is the Dyna. When Harley quit making the Dyna, their sales in that period went from, they were in the 360,000 bikes a year, and they got down to like 70,000 bikes, and I was like, what are they doing? They stopped making their most favorite bike amongst performance riders. They stopped making the Dyna, and they made all Softails. I was like, oh man. The new CEO, the first thing he did was fired Eric Buell and shut down the Buell program. I was like, man, they're on the wrong train tracks. They're on the track to certainly destruction, and their sales went down to like 70,000. This Dyna is a fantastic motorcycle. It is the preferred chassis amongst performance tuners, this or the FXR. And this one has pretty much everything done right from the factory. It's an outstanding motorcycle, perfect for 2-up riding. I also have, Mike has the Harley Davidson quick detach backrest. I took it off because I think it takes away from the look a little bit, but you need that backrest because when you get on the gas, your honey's gonna fly off the back if she ain't hanging on tight. It's got a lot of torque, so you want to keep her from flying off the back. So again, 110 cubic inch Screamin Eagle engine, the heavy cone breather. It came from the factory with a high torque 1.4 kilowatt starter, and you need that with the compression this thing has. Take a look at the clutch on this thing, on the handlebars. It's a high performance hydraulic clutch, unlike any of the, even the new Softails, they don't come with that. It has a Diamondback braided stainless brake, clutch, throttle, and idle cables. Those are all factory braided stainless cables. The paint job on this thing is off the hook, and the paint job is spotless on this thing. It looks like a brand new motorcycle. Mike really took care of it. It's the CVO Special Twilight Blue with ice blue pearl paint. It has the color matched Twilight blue frame. If you look, that's not a black frame, guys. That's color matched Twilight blue frame right from the factory. They only made a limited production run of these. I think it was 752 of these in 2007 in this color. They made it also in red in 2008. This is my favorite color. This thing's just classy. It has a color matched battery box. Zoom in on that and show them. It has like a Poisson badge on there. It has the color matched electrical panel cover and the coil cover. In the front fender, if you look back, is rolled back a little bit. a little bit shorter on the front than any other Dyna. That's right from the factory. It's a true factory custom. It has a CVO chin spoiler. You can see where it says custom vehicle operations on there. That's chrome and painted to match. The chrome tank console, that's on the gas tank. That's a limited production item only available on the CVO Dyna, and that has an aircraft chrome fuel cap. It also has the chrome extended headlamp trim ring and the chrome profile custom mirrors. Those are the stock mirrors. These are all the items that most guys upgrade on a Harley. Everything's done on this bike, and this is pure CVO, only available on the CVO. License plate frame on the back of it. Take a look at that. That's a conversation piece too. That's not custom. That's the stock chrome layback plate frame, and the license plate on there, that is custom. That was a gift from a friend. I've got the dealer plate in my back pocket, but that's a custom Steppenwolf plate signed by all the band members. And this bike was born to be wild. This thing is an absolute rocket ship. 6-speed overdrive transmission. It'll just absolutely rip down the highway all day long. It's just a beautiful piece. The turn signals on this, the smoked out turn signals, those are the bullet style signals with the smoke lenses right from the factory. Even the right voltage regulator came chrome from the factory. There's over $10,000 of custom upgrades that you got with a CVO, and these were a premium. They were close to 10 grand more than a regular Dyna, but you got what you paid for. You got the 6-speed, you got the 110 cubic inch engine. Everything's done on it. Chrome inverted forks. The triple clamps are forged triple clamps. The wheels are called the CVO Road Winder forged aluminum wheels, and they're chrome, forged aluminum and chrome. It has a CVO Road Winder chrome sprocket on the back, which matches the profile of the rest of the CVO items. It has a CVO chrome sprocket bolt covers, the CVO chrome tapered wheel, even the wheel bearings on this thing are chrome tapered billet items. The brake calipers, if you zoom in on the front brake caliper, you'll see that's a special kind of paint. It's a silver brake caliper with billet style inserts on it. The rear belt drive on it has a slotted chrome belt guard on it. Now let me tell you something. Some guys put chain drives on their Dynas. You do not need to do that. These belts are special reinforced belts. This has got 105 horse. I had 142 rear wheel horsepower on my Dyna, and Chrissy and I were 2 up. I weigh 220. I'm 6'2", 220. She's about 120, so 340 pounds on it. And we would street race in Florida every year. Every winter we'd go down there. We'd race, especially during bike week. We never lost a race, drag light to drag light, 0 to 85 miles an hour. That thing was a rocket, and I never had a problem with the belt on it. Mine was turbocharged, the same exact motor as this. Everything was done the same, except for I bolted a trash turbo on for about 7 grand, and the thing was an absolute rocket ship. What I'm saying is that belt, you're never going to have a problem with it. The belt guard, even the belt, show them the belt guard on the other side. It has the chrome slotted belt guard. That's custom right from the factory. The shocks also are custom. They're also, that's a CVO item. Those are the stock original chrome shocks in mint condition. You see it has chrome valve stem caps, the chrome clutch line clamp. It has a polished stainless steel shift rod assembly that you can see on there. They don't, if you tried to build this out of a regular Dyna, you'd spend a fortune. You'd spend more than you could buy this bike for to try to turn your Dyna into this. If you have like an 88 cubic inch Dyna, you'd spend a fortune. Even the dipstick for the oil is chrome. The kickstand's chrome. The primary cover is chrome. Zoom in and show them the Willie G. This is a Willie G Harley Davidson Willie G motorcycles. Willie G design skull. That's from the Willie G collection. With the black, it really works quite well with this motorcycle. Show them the gauges too. This is really cool. It's almost like an airplane cockpit, the way the gauges are laid out above each other. It's a fighter cockpit. It has an integrated gauge mount. We had a little problem with the video, so we have to restart this in part 2, but it has an integrated gauge mounting system. It's a CVO spun aluminum metal face speedometer and tachometer gauges. It has an LED hidden fuel gauge. The fuel gauge is integrated and hidden on the console. The switch housing and the hand levers, look at those. Those are all chrome and billet. Just like, it's a work of art. I mean, everything on the bike is like you'd expect on a $60,000, $80,000 custom motorcycle, but it's all genuine Harley Davidson, and it's set up for performance. This thing is set up to ride all day long. It's a rubber mounted engine, killer upside down forks with long travel suspension, killer brakes. The bike just handles and rides like a dream. The knurled collection foot pegs, shifter, and brake lever are all right out of the Harley Davidson catalog. Those all match perfectly. And the seat is a custom bucketed seat with perforated inserts. It's a beautiful original CVO saddle. Has a chrome forward controls and chrome foot peg supports. I've got the original title that Mike got from the Harley dealer when he bought the bike brand new. It's just been serviced, but by us here at the museum, we went through the bike completely top to bottom. We rinsed out the fuel tank. It's got ethanol-free VP performance fuel in there. We changed the engine oil with Motul V-Twin oil. I even got my Motul socks on today. So we run Motul in all our Harley Davidsons. They make the best V-Twin oil. We changed the gear oil, the primary chain case oil. It has a brand new battery in it. We did the full 10,000 mile service, flushed the brake fluid front and rear, serviced the entire bike. It's ready to go. It needs nothing, and it's an absolute dime piece. It's hard to find these with little miles on this, and it's real hard to find one with full provenance where I personally know Mike General. Matter of fact, I did an interview video with him down in Daytona at Bike Week. He rides, he races dirt bikes, and did an interview down there when I bought the bikes from him. And you know, Mike has really loved this bike for the 15 years. He's just getting up there in the years. He's in his 60s, and him and his wife weren't riding together down in Florida, and decided to let it go. So my job is to find it a new forever home. I spent the last 15 years with Mike. It needs nothing. It's ready to go. It's beautiful, and it's an excellent value for what we're asking for this bike. For you to buy a new CVO Harley Davidson, any CVO Harley, they start at like, I think $38,000 now for the least expensive CVO, and they go north at 50. So I'm 6'2". I love the forward controls. I love the bars right where they are. It'll work for, you know, the mid controls, which my DXT Dyna had, are a little bit cramped. The forward controls, you can ride all day long on it. I might change my mind and talk to Christy and not sell this thing because I missed mine. I'd love to keep this if I could. It's a beautiful piece. That bike I would be very happy to have in my collection. It's a world-class piece, and I know the owner. He took good care of it. I'm going to take it for one last ride and bring it in the museum. Call Junior up, 860-454-7024, and buy it before I change my damn mind.
America, y'all know the deal.